Thank you for coming to our demo for ConnectALL. A little bit about GoToGroup first. We've been in business over 10 years. We're based in Baltimore. We have several offices overseas, including development in India. We work with our partners, whether it's Hewlett-Packard or Atlassian or Perforce, and many clients, both large and small. On the services side of the company, we install, customize, and train all Atlassian products. And on the product side of the company, we develop integrations between the Atlassian products and other applications. For example, we have a point-to-point integration called Jam between Jira and Quality Center, another one between Jira and Salesforce, others between Perforce and Doors. Though the last couple of years, our customers have been coming to us and asking us for multi-point connections. For maybe they have 5 quality centers and 2 Jiras, and they want them all connected and synchronized together. So that's the idea behind ConnectALL, that there's one platform, one application that can synchronize the data in all of your AAM systems, better integrating all of your development departments and allowing them to collaborate together. To show you a demo, this is what the ConnectALL application looks like. This is a GUI that allows you to configure your project and field mappings between different applications. It's all point and click, so it's as simple as dragging and dropping. So for example, maybe I wanted to connect a Quality Center and a Jira 6 instance. Type in a new name and save it. Though what I'd like to do is show you a connection that I've already configured. For example, here's a connection for an on-site Jira to a on-demand Jira. So as you can see, we first configured the URLs between the two applications, whether they're Jiras or Quality Center and Jira, or maybe a Quality Center to Quality Center. We can define the date formats if they're different. Attachments, we can synchronize the entire attachment file, or we might to only synchronize the URL for the file to save on the network bandwidth. When we synchronize the data, we can define what user is going to be used to synchronize the data. That user needs to have permissions to browse, modify, and create new records in this system. And then we're defining what projects and what issue type we're going to synchronize. And then we also have conflict management. Conflict management for ConnectALL, the definition is that the same field, the same record is changed in 2 applications at the same time. Who will win? What we typically use is what we call master of record, and we define which system is going to be the master in winning any conflicts. And then once we finish this basic setup, then we'll create a field mapping of the fields between the 2 applications. For example, the mapping of the priority fields could look like this. The priority of the status fields might be different, so you would want to create your mapping. The mapping of your fields can be bidirectional, by this green arrow that goes in both directions, or you might have a field that goes from one application to another and a different field that goes in the opposite direction. The setup of these application links are all point and click, so there's no typing to be done, no data entry to be done. So if you wanted to change the field mapping, it's as easy as select a field in one application, select a field in the other application, and then choose what direction you want the data to go. Pressing plus will then add that new field down to the bottom of the list of field mappings. When you go to save the mapping, you put in a check and comment, because all the configurations are versions. So maybe you want to load back a previous version of a configuration. So here I can see that there's 2 saved configurations. I could load either one. Or maybe I'm creating a new configuration from a brand new connection, and I don't want to start entering all the field names from scratch. I can just enter in the defaults, and that's what we see as currently Most frequently, the defaults between, for example, two Jira systems, summary, description field, attachments, comments, etc. But you can modify this setup as much as you need to. So in addition to doing the field mapping, we looked at doing the entity mapping. So we map between projects and issue types. Some other applications might have additional information here that's required. For example, when you're mapping Quality Center, you need to map also the domain of your Quality Center server. For advanced properties, if you have different data formats on the two servers, you might want to set your data formats, especially when parsing comment data from QC. That's important. We discussed previously attachments, whether you want to send an attachment or maybe just the URL. So we can render the URL for attachments as HTML, Jira Wiki markup, or just plain, which would be the name of the attachment. You can define the synchronization user. They have pretty low permissions, just need to be able to create, browse, and edit issues in the selected project. You can also define a poll query. In other words, normally all the data from the project and the issue type is synchronized. But if you want, you can limit it on any standard or custom field that's in your system. For example, I might not want to synchronize data that's in the new status. It would be as simple as that. And last of all, time difference. I can put in a time difference between the two systems. Some applications don't need this because they report their system time. So Jira and Quality Center don't need a time difference entered. So next I'd like to show you how ConnectALL is licensed. Typically ConnectALL is installed on its own machine. Very low memory and disk requirements. It also uses an internal database to store the mapping of records between your applications. The licensing is done by application server. So you might have 3 Quality Center servers and 2 Jira servers. So you would get 3 Quality Center licenses for ConnectALL and 2 Jira licenses from ConnectALL. If you would like, when you're ready to do your evaluation, we'd be glad to provide you with a quote. Just send an email to sales@gotogroup.com and we can get you that quote and get you set up for an evaluation. So that's the mapping GUI. It's pretty simple, all point and click, which makes it nice. From the user's perspective, when ConnectALL is installed, the users are using their applications as normal. There's very little change for them. In fact, they may not even notice any difference. One thing they might notice, though, is that when comments are entered in one system, that comment can be duplicated on the other system, like Jira to Jira or Jira to Quality Center. So it makes a really nice collaboration tool. And also, once the link is created between those two records, if we configure ConnectALL to do this, we can show the ID of the remote issue and also the link, so we can go directly to that other issue. So for an example, I'm going to create an issue. And in about a minute, when ConnectALL polls Jira again, it'll notice a new issue has been created and create that issue over in the other application. While we're waiting for that to happen, I also want to show you what a Jira to Quality Center. If we go over to Quality Center and look at the issues that were created, this is the issue that we created from Jira. It has the Jira ID. You can also add in additional comments and attachments, and also any data can be synchronized, standard fields or custom fields. So that's our demo of ConnectALL today. I hope you enjoyed that. If you would like to contact GoToGroup and get a evaluation or a quote on the product, feel free to send us an email to sales@gotogroup.com. And also, if you'd like to look at more information about this product or our other products, you can go to our website at www.gotogroup.com/products. Thank you for your time today.